What is going on, guys? DBG here, and today we are going to be doing kind of the ultimate guide, especially for people who don't want to spend money in NBA 2K22 MyTEAM, lads. So before we get on to, if you guys are new to the channel, subscribe. We are trying to stay on 275k by the end of the year. It's getting close. It's close when we're going down, but we're trying to stay on 275k. But yeah, we're gonna be making this video right here, and I'm gonna be explaining what is the best way to go about playing MyTEAM, and I'm gonna be talking about best way for no money spend players, and also if you are to spend money, what I would advise you using that on. This is going to be a video that will not only work in the month of December, but should work when it comes to August, September as well, because, well, it's not August, September, because no one's going to be playing this game in September, in like May, June as well, when people start to play this game. So, lads, now we're going to get onto it. First up, what are the best game modes to play when you're starting out? So, when you start out, you're probably going to have a bunch of gold cards. You're probably not even going to get the pre-order cards. And then you have one emerald card that you can get from My Career. The My Career card is very effective. You can't use them online, but if you want to win quick games and TT offline, it can be very, very effective. So, the best game modes to play when you're starting out. It is best to stick to offline. A lot of people would say do domination. That is one of the that is a not smart thing. If you're like, oh, you can get your tokens up, you can get these other cards. No, don't play domination. I'm telling you, even when the new domination comes out, don't play domination. These games take 30 minutes each to beat. They take 30 minutes each to beat. Like, you're spending 45 hours playing domination. And what do you get? Enough tokens to get you a bad diamond card. You'll get enough tokens to get pretty much a bad diamond card. And you'll also have like an Amari Stoudemire and a couple of unusable cards. And some coaches. That is not a smart decision. So anyone who, after week one, like week one domination makes sense. After the first week, anyone who's saying you should go and do a domination. And like a lot of people say, oh, you just get it for the tokens and you can go and get yourself a pink die or an opal card in season 4. Man, these tokens are not going to be worth anything by the end of the year. It might be right now if you're sitting on a couple hundred tokens, yeah, do this domination. But if you're just starting out the game, nah, do not, just ignore this mode. Doesn't matter how many new doms they come out, they're not going to be worth it because you don't get something for every game. However, when Spotlight Sims come out, then it's a case, if Spotlight Sims come out, do them when they come out. If you are a month late on Spotlight Sims, you're going to probably struggle. And I reckon May, June, they're going to make Spotlight Sims so you can get like a whole team of usable players in it. But that is not normally, in my opinion, the best way even to get the best squad. Like, we had a few good Galaxy Opal cards in the Spotlight Sims in May, but like in the ones in March, we didn't really have any good cards. Dom Hughes was okay. Wall was alright, but that was about it. So, challenges. Should you do challenges when you're playing this game? These, I think, some of these skill challenges are smart to do. Like doing these skill challenges, especially the ones that are quick to get these packs, that's not too bad an idea. Like, make 5 3-pointers on all-star difficulty in a 60-point dribble check game. Like, you have to get some players, but this isn't a bad idea, but it's not a good way to start. The mode to start that I cannot stress enough is triple threat offline. Like, I have 150 more wins before I get Cliff Robinson. But when you're starting this off, you go and get yourself 3 tokens, a free agent option pack, 3 tokens, a free agent option pack. You get 10 of these games done in an hour, even with your starter squad. So with all of these, you're going to have enough MT. You're going to be close to having enough MT to unlocking the auction house with this. But one of the smarter things you can do when it comes to unlocking the auction house is always check for codes. So when you guys are seeing right here, MyTEAM Iced Out Packs, there's a locker code there from the community hub. If you guys follow 2K on Twitter, there's going to be locker codes. So type in all them when you're just starting out, just to make sure you can unlock the auction house. Because if you are trying to get cards out unlocking the auction house, you're going to have a bad time. You're going to have a real bad time. Just open a couple of those packs, a couple of those locker codes. Just there's 3 locker codes a week at this stage, and you're going to be able to get something pretty decent. Well, you're not probably going to get something pretty decent, but you're going to be able to get the auction house. And if you sell everything from packs, so for example, I'm just going to open up, like I have an unopened Mystic Deluxe pack. So if you just get just a random unopened pack, let's just say, screw it, you're playing and you just get even a league pack. And you might think, oh, league packs aren't worth anything. For me, they're not. But when you're just starting out the game, you open a league pack. You see here, you get a Sapphire Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. You get a green basketball. The green basketball sells for 200 MT. Or discards 200 MT. These don't discard or sell for anything. I'm pretty confident these only sell for like 250 MT. Like they barely sell. So I'm just going to discard it for 200. You get your 200 MT. Then you look at Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. This is assuming you have the auction house. You're looking, he's not expensive. He's really not. But for each of those packs that you get, like if you end up getting one of those packs in the vault, 600 MT, you're suddenly sitting on 800 MT, you discard both of those shoe boosts, you're getting close to 1000 MT. And that's a horrific pack. Like if you actually go and open one of these and you get a good pack, if you do something and you get a deluxe pack out of this, and again, you might be thinking, oh, you're not really able to get anything. These free packs are so attainable. Okay, it's around the same thing. It's around the same thing. You can sell this card for in there like 800-900. The Warriors jersey you can sell for that a little bit, or even you can discard these for 275 if you don't want to sell them. So that's what you should be doing when you're starting off the game, is sell everything. Like sell everything until you start to get Amethyst and Diamond cards. Sell your contracts, but just sell everything, because you're thinking, oh, that 1000 MT doesn't matter, and it doesn't when you're sitting in the 500-600,000 MT range. But 1000 MT, if you have 1000 MT and you're like, okay, I need a good 2-guard, you can go and buy yourself a Troy Daniels. And you know what Troy Daniels does? Like, he's 850 coins. Or you can buy yourself a Kevin Herter. One of those guys works. 700 coins with Troy Daniels. This is what you do with Troy Daniels. And the reason I'm specifically saying to buy him is that Troy Daniels and Kevin Herter are 2 players that I would suggest everyone to buy straight away. Because if you go and play Troy Daniels more so because he's a little bit cheaper contract-wise. Or if you can get a Gold Buddy Healed. Gold Buddy Healed works as well. Gold Buddy Healed actually works better. But Gold Buddy Healed, like, there's a reason why he's 4000 MT. I would save up and try to buy one of him. Because if you're playing TT offline, and you should be running with 3 golds. So get yourself 3 gold players, because they only cost 60 MT per contract or per game. And then there's a reason why I'm saying to get these 2 guys, is that Troy Daniels, you literally just run to this spot right here and just shoot. Or if things aren't right, you just get the ball in the corner, you run a screen, and you run very far away because he's got range extender, and you just shoot and he scores. Kevin Herter is the exact same thing. It's a lot easier to do on current gen. On current gen, you literally, all you have to do is just call a high pick and roll, run a couple of inches to the side and shoot from deep. That's literally all you have to do. It's too easy to score. You just literally run to the side, off a pick, and that's probably too deep. Run to the side, shoot from deep, bang. Herter specifically and Troy Daniels. Herter's the best, but he's a little more expensive. Troy Daniels works as well. Both of these guys have got gold range extender, and the difference is that Herter's release is just faster. So that's why I like using Herter. And these guys will help you get through games of TT offline so fast. The reason I say Buddy Healed is the best, because Buddy Healed is a gold, and he costs 180 less. He costs essentially 30 less MT per game. 33 less, I think. No, 32 less MT per game. 180 divided by 5 is 30. It's 180 divided by 5. Oh my god. Say 36. So 36 MT per game. I'm struggling as a maths teacher. That's a little bit of a struggle. So they're the type of player. They're the first player you should pick up, because what those guys with range extender does is it allows you to win as many games as possible. For this game mode, use 3 golds. Have 1 player that scores and use 3 golds, if possible. Or you can run 2 golds and 1 guy that scores. Just make sure you run 2 golds. 2 golds in this, and then I would play this mode up to about 20 wins. It's about an hour or 2, and then with that 20 wins, you've probably gotten yourself from the vault a couple of tokens added up. probably a little bit of MT. You're probably sitting on around a 10,000 MT, a couple of packs, a couple of tokens. When you sell all of that, you're probably on 15,000 MT. And that's when you can start to say, you know what, maybe I'll play one of these other modes for fun. So if you get yourself tokens, especially if you're just starting out the game, I'm telling you, these are your friends. How's a clutch time? 1 badge, 1 shoe boost, 1 contract. That's not a bad thing. 6 tokens for that is not that bad. Ignore these. Do not open either of these. Do not, whatever you do not open ever one of these. These are the worst value packs ever. But these badges, these badge packs, especially the silver packs, silver and bronze packs, are actually really good value. You can liquidate those. Honestly, injury cards. The injury card is probably not a... Let me see what I can liquidate an injury card, 1 token into. If you can turn 1 token into like 350, 400 MT, you're in a good spot. I just want to check what these injury cards are. He's guaranteed golds. No, sorry, there's bronze lower body. You're not getting any of that. So, honestly, the badge packs are probably the best way. If you can get yourself like 10 contract or 10 tokens, especially if you're starting the game, who cares about emerald cards? You're not getting a good card up to Danny Green. Anyway, so just ignore all of that and just turn it into MT. Then when you get 15,000 MT, then you can start to look to make lineups for clutch time. The unfortunate thing is that the MyTEAM limited game mode it's hard to make teams for this. The way the game is going, if you are just starting at the game, it's hard to make a team for this straight away. This will be the last thing I worry about. And then unlimited, you kind of have to wait a little bit to make an unlimited lineup. Because if you go straight into an unlimited lineup, you're going to just make an absolute bomb lineup and get destroyed. This is going to be tips to consistently be able to make the best team possible. So, then after your TT offline lineup with the goals, that's probably the best way to make MT. You're also going to get 3 free draft tokens. When you're starting off the game, what I would advise you to do is just play the draft. Honestly, play the draft through 3 times. Even if you're not good enough to win the game, it doesn't matter. You're still getting yourself quite that little bit of MT. Then go and make a clutch time team. So, for clutch time, if you're looking for cheap, Snow is not that cheap, but someone like a Davian Mitchell or Jalen Suggs works at point guard. They do. Then you've already got Herder. Probably my boys have already got either Herder or Troy Daniels. Small forward, height. Oh, you just get someone tall. Like Franz Wagner works. 1,000 MT for Pokashevsky works. If you can get a cheap Darius Miles, he works. Landry Fields for 1,000 MT, he works perfectly. You could use Landry Fields easily in this game mode. And then at the power forward position, I'm just using Robert Ory for the lulz. You can very easily use, again, a lot of these small forwards. You can use a Sadiq Bey. You can use a Darius Miles. You can use a Pokashevsky if you really want to make a good team. And then center, it all depends on what you want. Especially if you're starting out. Like, Wang Zhiji is just a no-brainer. Save up, get your 10,000 MT by Wang Zhiji. Like, if you are really on the cheap end, you go out with this team. You have a chance against anybody. Actually, Franz Wagner is a little bit too expensive for like an absolute cheap team. This team right here is like 2,000, 3,000, probably 4,500 between these two guys. They're like 7.5k. So you're from playing like an hour or two, you can build this squad right here. An hour or two of TTO, and you have this squad built. And then you can start playing your clutch time. You can get the wheel spins. This team doesn't cost too much for contracts. This team is just about low enough overall. You're making your profit. And then you can play this game mode. You can try and go and get your Dame. You've still got the wheel spins and stuff. So if you really just want to make a clutch time team, this is it. You're not going to make a lot of MT though. So a lot of situations, again, clutch time, you might make a little bit of your MT. And then you might say, you know what, I want to play unlimited. So you've got your starting 5 here. And then you probably need another 7. You probably need another 7.5, 8k to build a bench lineup. And it's cool with that. Like, just know who you're buying. So you're looking at shooting guards. Again, you've already got one of those two. Go and get the other one. Go and get yourself a Troy Daniels. That works in unlimited. Small forward. You can go and get yourself a Pokashevsky. A Sadiq Bey is probably a little bit expensive. Franz Wagner, he works. Matisse Tybel's really good. Power forward position. Honestly, there's not many great ones, but again, you can use those small forwards. Throwing in Wagner. And then center. For me, if you're just starting out and you're looking for like a budget center, the two Asian guys, like Wang Zhiji and Ha Sung-jin, Ha 7-3, he's training wheels. Like he is literally just training wheels. He's just a cheese ball. He is just completely training wheels for this game. You don't have to be good to use Ha Sung-jin. Ha Sung-jin is literally, he plays the game for you. So they're the type of players you should look for. And I know you guys might be saying like, oh, you said that this is going to work in April, May. And obviously these guys aren't going to be good. And you are correct. So now I'm going to explain what type of players you need for each game mode, especially when you're just starting out. So point guard has to be able to... Point guard or shooting guard, one of these two has got to be able to play defense. They've got to be able to play defense. So there's going to be a lot of good point guards throughout the year. And things that are going to be needed... The clamp switch isn't even needed that much. For me, I just find things like pickpocket, interceptor are big. Clamps, if you like, it's not like it's necessary, but you kind of do need it, or it kind of helps. You might say height's a factor, and I do think height is a factor. The taller, the better. But when you're just starting out, I think it's hard to get good, tall, cheap point guards. At the 2, if you have an offensive point guard, you need to lock down at the 2. So again, if you're playing right now, someone like a Thibault works perfectly. But if you're not playing right now, like there'll be other players. At the 3, literally just a cone. Someone that can play a bit of defense and shoot wide open. Power forward, good height, shoot wide open, and can play defense. Wang Zhiji. Honestly, I think Isaac will be usable in April, May. I really do. I think you can get away with running Isaac in April, May, at any stage. And then Wang Zhiji is a... Well, you just need a big body at center. You need some height, the ability to shoot, and a little bit of speed helps. So, and you're wondering why I'm in clutch time right now, because I'm just going over what 5, the exact same thing for your bench. And if you are specifically in clutch time, you need at least one player with silver or higher, deeper, or a limitless spot up. Limitless spot up, forget about chef. Not that, if you're just starting out the game, you're not going to be good enough to take chef shots. Like, I don't even take chef shots, and I play this game for a living. I use limitless spot up 3s. So a Kevin Herter is a perfect player for that. Or as the year goes on, thankfully, for the like 10,000 MT, you'll be able to get a whole lineup of guys with limitless spot up, just the way the game goes. TTO the 100, I probably would, like, I'd probably avoid it at this stage. I don't think there's a lot of MT to be made because of the way the ball drops are. You can make a lot of tokens, but I don't think there's a lot of MT to be made out of tokens. Limited, as you build up your MT, then you can start to play limited. The problem with limited is there are a lot of restrictions, and you may not have the cards for restrictions. And constantly buying and selling cards is a problem because there's a 10% auction house tax. So that is kind of how you can play and succeed, how you can be successful from starting off into getting a unlimited team, into a good unlimited team. This whole process, it may sound like it's taking a lot of time, but trust me, if you know what you're doing, this is 3 hours of playing the game. And a lot of people say, oh, you can't make MT from playing the game. And I do agree, in the grand scheme of things, you're not making hundreds of thousands of MT playing this game. Like, I got my 500k MT, an awful lot of that is from investing. I've done a really good job with my investments this year. Is the reason why I have a lot of MT. And that's essentially, I've just invested really, really well in cards. But that's stuff for another video, and that's not needed to have fun with the game. At the end of the day, to have fun with the game, you need to have a team that you're going to be somewhat competitive with and, well, just play the game. And this is the best way to go about it. Always start off, use your normal cards in triple threat, unlock the auction house, the most important thing, then go and buy a range extender guy. Then a range extender player with 2 golds makes it super easy to win TT offline games. You win them in a flash. Then you're earning MT at a little bit of a quicker rate because it's only a little bit quicker because obviously it costs more for contracts. And then a lot of the free packs you get from the vault, sell everything in that, and you're going to have 15-20k MT in absolutely no time. Like, by the end of the first day, you'll have that, and 15-20k MT is more than enough to build an unlimited squad. If you just play unlimited, yes, you're never going to make MT. And, like, as much as I hate to say it, for the people that are, a lot of people are going to say, oh, I just want to go straight in and play. Look, if you want straight away to have a competitive, like, full pink diamond or whatever the highest tier is when you're watching this video, I'm sorry, the only way to do that is by hitting the 5VC button. Like, it takes time to do that, but that's part of the reason why it's good, that it takes time. Like, I've made starting from scratch squads in May. Within a week, I've had full Dark Matter squads. So, like, it's doable if you know what you're doing, but it does take that little bit of time. It is that, like, 10 to 15 hours before you can really be competitive, before you can go into Unlimited. And if you're saying, oh, you can go into Unlimited and win, like, my record's 3-2, and I've absolutely sweated. I'm in high bracket SPMM. There's SPMM, so you're not going to be facing a good player, thankfully, in Unlimited when you're just starting out. You're not going to be playing myself, or you're not matching up against high and stuff. So if you do really want to go in with a bad squad, you're going to be playing against some lower players. But if you go in kind of like prepping to do the right things, you're going to be in a much better state. So anyway, yeah, that is pretty much it. If you guys want to know more about this game, subscribe to this channel. If you guys are just brand new watching this, because I know a lot of people aren't going to watch this video today on the 13th of December when I'm releasing it, just like I did one last year at the end of November. These are videos that, as time goes on, more and more people will watch, and they'll become more interested in it. So that's pretty much it. That is how you go from starting up MyTEAM to getting some sort of a squad in a day. And then from then on, what you should just do is just look to upgrade. Honestly, look to upgrade. Like, upgrade one player at a time. You don't need... The biggest mistake some people buy is they might save up 50,000 MT and just get one diamond into a squad of rubies. Nah, spend like your 10k on an upgraded amethyst. Buy maybe a better ruby. And then as time goes on, you can upgrade. You can start upgrading positions because it's not needed. Like, if you're wondering what team I'm running right now, this is my team. Like, outside of the cards that I've grinded for, Eddie Jones is worth 15k. Mikal Bridges is 10k. Caruso's 15. Jaron Jackson Jr. is 15, and Isaac is 2,000. So, like, this is 45, 50. This is essentially 50k. This is a 50k team with a few guys that I've grinded for. And even if I was replacing these guys, I would end up replacing these with cheap players. Like, Wang Qiji would be in here. My next best power forward is probably Franz Wagner in my team. Damian Lillard should not be in my team because I hate this card. This guy should be. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That is the video. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.